Hello, hello, everyone. Good afternoon. Good evening, everyone. Let me make sure that everything is working. It's been a long, long time since I have been live. Okay, everything is working. It seems like it, I think. Uh-oh. Okay, yes, it's working. Okay. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Today, we're going to talk about the ultimate guide to investing in 2025. Okay. Bear with me as I share the live in the different groups that I'm in. Those of you who are watching live, go ahead and type in live. And those of you who are watching the replay, go ahead and type in a replay. Okay. So I am here live in South Florida. I'm in Plantation, Florida, which is very close to Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Okay. And it's been a long time. The last time I went live was actually in December of last year in 2024. We're now in March 3rd. Okay. And I went live and I was talking about cryptocurrency and I was talking about investing in crypto. And Facebook was like, "That's enough. You talk too much about it." So they put me in this little corner in Facebook where I couldn't go live, right? So I couldn't go live for 30 days. And so, of course, I figured it out. I ended up, doing other things, focusing on other things, and other things led to other things, and other things led to other things. So anytime anything happens to you in your wealth building journey, something like that, I'm notorious for my lives. People love my lives, right? That's how you get to know me. That's how you get to know my style. And so not being able to go live actually made me have to be, what's the word I'm looking for, creative, right? More creative than before. And also yeah, more creative than before. So now I got used to not having to go live, and then I just got spoiled. So I've been working behind the scenes on a lot of different things, a lot of different projects, a lot of different collaborations. Right, I'm still working on a few big collaborations. I won't announce anything until it is signed on the dotted line. But today I decided, you know what, I'm gonna go live again. It is a new month. Okay, I tried to do it last month. It wasn't going to happen. So I decided to do it this month. Okay. All right. So if you're watching this live, again, I see some of you just joined us. Go ahead and type in live in the chat. It's been so long. I got to kind of warm myself up. Okay. So if you're watching the replay, just kind of fast forward this part because I'm just warming up here. Don't forget to write where you're watching from and where you're watching from. Okay. I'm sorry, where you're watching from, or if you're watching the replay. Okay. And so, oh, you know what I forgot? I forgot to grab my mic, my podcast mic. I have to set that up. I forgot about that. It's been that long, right? It's been that long. But anyway, so let's get back to the point, right? So today's live is all about investing in 2025, okay? All right. And so here's the thing, right? I came up with this nice title, to get you to stop scrolling and start paying attention. I mean, let's be honest, right? And but when it comes to investing, whether it's 2024, whether it's 2025, no matter what the year is, there are some fundamental aspects to everyone's investing journey that's going to increase the chances of success, because I cannot say guaranteed. Guys, when it comes to investing, you're taking on some sort of risk. The very definition of investing is taking on a risk. All right. And so if there's anybody out there or any type of product that tells you, "Oh, you're guaranteed, this is guaranteed," that is not an investment, because guaranteed and investing is an oxymoron. It doesn't exist. Right. But when you have a certain strategy, when you have a certain blueprint that you follow, right? And if you look at all the wealthy individuals, last year I spent a lot of time studying family office funds, hedge funds, family offices. Sorry, I was going to say family offices. All right, family offices are offices that manage families' wealth. There gets to be there comes a point where your wealth is so big, that your wealth is so vast, that your wealth is so diversified, that you're going to need an entire team to help you manage your wealth, right? That's what we call a family office. So I spent a lot of time studying what it is that they do, attending their conferences, right? Forming relationships with them, working with them, collaborating with them, right? And hedge fund managers and all sorts of fund managers, real estate fund managers, and so on and so forth, right? And so there is a common thread amongst the ultra wealthy. There are certain things that everyone who is who has a net worth, because everyone is invaluable, has an invaluable amount of worth, but everyone whose net worth is 100 million or more has certain things that are lined up in their investment portfolio. And it wasn't until well, actually, I started teaching those things way before, but seeing them over and over, not just in clients who are at the 6, 7 figure level, right? We're talking 100 millionaires, centimillionaires, right? It's the same blueprint. And so that solidified my knowing that there are certain elements that will not guarantee success, but will actually exponentially increase your success rate. Okay. I have to be very careful not to say guaranteed. Okay. That will actually increase the probability of your success. Okay. And so, no matter what the year is, here are the different things, right? That will get you prepared for any year, for any political climate, for any realities, for anything really. Okay. Now, before I get into that, I want to introduce myself. Okay, so we have some eyes now. We have some of you in the room. Welcome, welcome. My name is Katiana Kare. All right, I am the founder of Sawa Sawa. Sawa Sawa is a financial wellness company that is dedicated to helping you trust your money, understand how money moves, and demystify the world of investing. And today's discussion is the ultimate guide to investing in 2025. Okay. Now, before we get started into different aspects of your blueprint, right, let's talk about what is the difference between savings and investing. Right, a lot of people come to me because they not only do they want to invest, but they also want to save. There is a huge difference between savings and investing. And in the beginning of my journey, it took me a very long time to actually understand that on a fundamental level. To me, if I had money stashed away in my investments, in my mind, that was a savings. Oh, I can always sell my shares. I can always, transfer the money from the investment account into my savings. So in my opinion, when I first started investing, right, I had nothing in a savings account. I had all my money inside of my brokerage account instead of my investment account. And in my mind, that was my savings. That if there was any type of emergency, I can always liquidate my stocks. But here's the thing, that is a very short-sighted belief. That is a very short-sighted ideology. That is a very short-sighted strategy. Why? Because here's the thing, right? When it comes to investing, one of the biggest lessons that I learned is that there is no shortcut to wealth. All right. The true legacy building type of investing that you want, because you're not here to make $2,000 in 5 minutes and to go around and lose $1,500 the next day. That's not what you're here for. You're not here to go and make $25,000 on a quick flip just to turn around 5 months later. The $25,000 is nowhere to be found. You're not here to go and make $50,000 on a trade or some sort of crypto type of outrageous return and then turn around a year later, that 50K is gone, right? That's not what you're here for. You're here to build sustainable wealth. You're here to build wealth that lasts for generations. Type in one in the chat if you're with me, right? You are here to build wealth that will last for a generation. And that type of wealth that's going to take care of your great grandchildren, like Beyonce says, my great grandchildren are already rich, right? I'm talking about that type of wealth, right? It requires time. It requires long-term strategies. So when we think of, oh, I'm just going to dump all of the extra money that I have into my investments, and if there's an emergency, I'll just sell my stocks. Now you're interrupting your legacy building. Because if you had held on to that stock just a little bit longer, you could have doubled, tripled your investments. You never know. But you interrupted that growth because of the right now. Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down? Type in a three in the chat if you're picking up what I'm putting down, right? And so, one of the biggest mistakes that I see beginner investors make is try to use their investments as their savings, thinking to themselves, if I have an emergency, oh, I'll just sell my stocks. Well, what if you sell your stock and Nvidia is at 120 and then a few months later Nvidia jumps to $220? You just missed out on making $100 a share because you needed to take care of an emergency right now. Why not have something just for emergencies right now? Why not be ahead of your emergencies? You guys picking up what I'm putting down? So there's a huge difference between savings and investing. Savings is for safety. Savings is what allows you to feel safe. Investing is for growth. Okay. Now that we got that out of the way, now let's actually talk about investing because I spent a lot of time. I have a lot of content around savings. I even had the recent savings challenge, by the way. All right. Congratulations to all of my people who made it. We all saved. Some of us saved $4,500. Some of us saved ahead of my emotions. I want emotions to rule my life. Yeah, exactly. Plan ahead, right? That was my biggest mistake. Yeah. Hi, Noble. It's nice to have you watching. All right. And so let's get back to the savings challenge, right? So some people were able to save $3,500, $4,500. Some people couldn't keep up, right? And they were able to save, I don't know, about like $1,000, $2,000. And so the goal was to save something every single day, to build that discipline, to choose yourself every day, looking at your account and choosing yourself every day, every day, every day. That does something to your confidence, right? It does something to that solar plexus, right? It helps you see yourself differently. It helps you carry yourself differently. It helps you feel safe. And now, when you feel safe, when you feel seen, when you feel valued, when you feel supported, you make decisions differently. Type in a three in the chat if you're with me. So that was the savings challenge. Now that we learn how to save and learn how to manage our money, now it's time to learn how to grow it. Okay. And so, why am I talking about 2025? I mean, think about it. We have a new president, right? We have a new president who's been in the office for less than 100 days. Okay. So he's showing out right now. Okay. This is not a political conversation, but if we're talking about investing, we cannot not have a political conversation. All right. That would be delusional. Okay. There's AI. Right, robotics and AI has gone so far just in the last 2 years. Imagine the next 4 to 5 years, and some of the things that are coming out in the masses for the masses have already been here for 20, sometimes even 30 years. So imagine the next decade and how AI is completely going to shift the world. And then there's another underlying theme that's happening. And that theme is and I heard this yesterday as in a webinar, a young lady said it, and I thought it was so brilliant. And I'm going to, say what she said, but basically with my own sauce. Okay. So I forgot her name. I forgot. It was a webinar I was watching. And she said that the people that we use to trust, right? The big boys, the targets, right? Those big corporations that got rid of DEI, the government, right? The government's a big joke now, right? The things that we used to trust, we're slowly starting to no longer trust. And when you think about our economy, when you think about any economy, what is the backbone of the economy? The dollar is worth a dollar. Why? Because you trust that it's worth a dollar. Type in a dollar in the chat if you're with me. All right. The dollar is only worth a dollar because you have faith that it is worth a dollar. The minute that trust is gone, everything collapses. Now, I'm exaggerating. Now, I'm not trying to say that the dollar is going to collapse. That is not where I'm going with this. But what I'm saying is there is a shift in trust happening, right? And so when you position yourself to look at things differently, right? To shift your perspective on some of the things that you knew to be true or you knew to be, oh, that's just the way it is. Now there is room for potentiality. And I'm sorry, I'm thinking faster than I'm talking. It's like the potential for something new is now infinite. And you get to be a part of that. You get to craft that. You get to determine that, right? Okay. And so there's a lot shifting right now. Now, now, I'm not going to give you some strategy that's, hey, Chad, how are you? Okay, hello, hello, right? I'm not going to give you some strategy that's just special for 2025, because what happens when 2026 comes around? What happens when 2030 comes around? What, you got to keep watching these videos and you got to keep up, and that's exhausting. The whole point of building wealth is to have freedom, yes or no, right? Not to sit here and be glued to the screen and glued to the news. You know, you do that because you want to, because that's what you like, but it shouldn't be necessary. Okay. All right. And so what we want to do is we want to position ourselves to take on these opportunities that are coming our way. And then we also want to build that foundation that's going to allow us to be successful in our investments year after year after year, no matter what year it is. 2025, 2027, 2037. I don't know if I'll make it to 20, I don't know, 50. 50 would be another 25 years. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. 2050. Sheesh. What is the world going to look like in 25 years? Oh my God. Whew. All right, let me get back on topic. Okay, all right. So now let's talk about some of the investing myths. Okay, we talked about the difference between savings and investing. We talked about how the political climate and all the things in the world will continue to shift. And yes, you want to position yourself to take advantage of new opportunities, new possibilities, but there are some fundamentals that will remain no matter what year it is. Okay, so in order to understand these fundamentals, let's get into some investing myths. All right, what are some myths that most beginners think around investing? The first one I'll tell you is that you need a lot of money to start. Okay, that's the biggest one. Oh, you need a big lump sum of money. I hear people all the time, oh, when I get my taxes, or when I get this bonus at work, or when I get insert big amount, when I get blah, 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 big lump sum, I'm going to start my investments and I'm going to invest it. And it sounds all nice. You feel all proud and everything. But what if you could start with $50? What if you could start with $20? Now, I'm not trying to make it seem like I'm speaking to the people that can only afford $50. If you can only afford $50 a week, okay, yes, this conversation is for you. No, I'm talking to you in the room who can afford to do way more than that. I'm talking to you in the room that can actually do $5,000 a month in your investments. I'm talking to you in the room that can actually do $1,000 a month in your investments. I'm talking to you in the room that can actually do $500. But the reason for the $50 or the $20, right, is to fly under the radar. The reason why you haven't started your investments, or the reason why you're not getting the success that you're looking for, is because there is a blockage happening. There's an invisible block happening. There's an energetic field that is blocking you from seeing clearly, from believing in yourself, from feeling confident in your decisions. And so when we tend to that, right? When we address those things and we remove all those invisible barriers, you'd start to realize how easy investing is. And so in the meantime, as you start to remove those barriers, you start to feel safer. You start to feel like you can trust yourself more. You start to feel more confident, right? In the meantime, how about we do a small amount that flies under the radar? Because here's the thing about fear, everybody, right? The internet did a good job of telling you to shove fear in the corner. Just shove the fear in a little corner. Just shove it in a little corner. Oh, fear, I'm fearless. I'm going to overcome this fear. But fear is here to keep us safe. Type in a 7 in the chat if you're with me. Fear is here to keep you safe. Fear is the reason why you don't touch that hot stove. Fear is the reason why you use a mitten when you open the oven to grab something. Fear is the reason why you don't hurt yourself on a daily. And so fear is necessary. And so when my students work with me, it's not about getting rid of the fear. No, 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 no. We are not here to get rid of the fear. Because when we get rid of the fear, we become reckless. And we know how that ends up. Imagine you got rid of your fear and you hop on I-95. Whoo, good luck. right? So we don't want to remove the fear. We want to work with the fear. We want the fear to be heard because the fear is here to communicate with you. It's communicating a concern. And when we listen to that fear and we listen to the concern, now we begin to understand the fear. And now we begin to work with the fear. Type in a 7 in the chat if you're with me. And so when you're doing $50 a month, I'm sorry, well, I could say even $50 a month, whatever, right? When you're doing $50 a week, $20 a week, it's not about, oh, that's all I can afford and I'm ashamed of it and I wish I could do more. And it's none of that. It's about flying under the radar, getting yourself to feel safe. Oh, my $50 is now $1,500. Oh, okay, that was easy. Let me see if I were to do 75. Oh, I've got a little extra money. Let me dump it in here. Next thing you know, your account's $28,000. True story. True story. One of my clients went through this exact story. Okay. And next thing you know, your account's at 200K because you left it alone. All that panicky market is going up and down like a roller coaster. You're just chilling. You're just chilling. Do your thing, following your plan, following your plan. Market is ooh, Trump this, Trump that, tariff this, AI that, blah blah blah, deep six, blah 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 blah, blah, blah. And you're just following your plan. Following your plan. Next thing you know, you're at multiple six figures. Next thing you know, you're at $250,000. Next thing you know, you're at seven figures. Now, I know that's easier said than done, right? I just described a journey. But at the end of the day, it begins with working with your fear. Okay. And so I'm excited. Let me pause for a second. How are we doing over here? What are some of your biggest takeaways so far? Let's get in the chat over here. All right. We got some notable people watching over here. All right. So I'm actually going to be teaching this concept in my complete beginner's guide to investing, stock market 101. All right. I actually should have had the link here so that I can talk about it. But in here, the workshop that I'm doing here was the first ever workshop that I ever did. Okay. When I first started doing this class, okay, I'm trying to multitask here. When I started this business here, all right, my goal was to just educate my people. That was my goal. My goal was to educate my people. And so I started doing some, sorry guys, I'm trying to multitask. Okay, let me tell the story now. Okay, now I have your full attention. Okay, so my goal was to just educate my people. I would go on live. I would go on Instagram, do reels, all sorts of things, right? And then everybody would ask me, Kat, when are you going to teach your class? When are you going to teach your class? So I did the complete beginner's guide to stock market investing. That was my first course. Okay. And you guys ate it up. You guys ate it up. And then from there, people were like, can you mentor me? Can you help me with this? And then this business was born. Okay. That's how this whole business was born, was from this workshop. So I did this workshop many moons ago. Okay. So I actually plan on re-recording it. I'm doing it in front of a live audience because I love this, guys. Here on the lives here, I get to talk to you in the chat, but there's something magical about having people in the room and you get to learn with each other and you feed off of that energy and you get different perspectives and things that I didn't know to prepare for. Somebody asked a question and there's something magical about having a live workshop. I love live workshops. I actually love it. So I decided, you know what, instead of just re-recording it and getting my lighting right and, putting on my face and, getting my herded and all that and doing it all, in that fancy way, why don't I just record it in front of a live audience? So I'm going to do that. We're going to record it in front of a live audience. It's going to be just 20 of us, okay? Well, all 20 people are not going to show up live, okay? So I'm just keeping the registration at 20 people, okay? Now, after that, it's going to be available for other things, okay? For other projects, it's going to be available as a digital product for you to purchase. But there's a magic in being live. You get to ask questions. You get to be there, right? You get to actually learn, because I don't know how many courses I have sitting in my inbox that I have never opened. But when it's live, oh snap, I got to be in class. Okay. Let me watch, let me take notes. All right. And so it's a different vibe. All right. So, anyways, I posted the link in the chat, and that's probably actually it's probably on one of those chats that you're probably not in, because I'm on a StreamYard. and I'm live on different platforms. But anyways, okay. So back to the myths. Okay, so the first myth was I need a whole lot of money to start. Nope, that's a myth. Okay, I need to be an expert. Woo. I need to be an expert. That's a big one. Well, Kat, you have your master's in finance. Well, Kat, you worked in wealth management. Well, Kat, you did this. Well, Kat, you did that. Of course you know it. No, actually, I was doing this way before all of that, right? Way before all of that. The problem was I didn't have the mindset. The problem was I just wanted to get rich quick. That was the problem, right? And so investing is long-term investing. When we get to trading, that is a whole different story, okay? And we should probably talk about investing versus trading. We'll leave that for another live, right? But when we're talking about long term, right? We're buying and holding. Trading is I'm buying low, sell high, buy low, sell high, buy low, sell high, rinse and repeat, buy low, sell high, and you're creating cash flow. You're creating cash flow for right now. Actually, let's talk about it right now, okay? The difference between savings and investing and trading. Okay, they're both in the stock market or whatever market, right? You could flip houses, you could even do it the real estate market. Is one of them is for cash flow. You're making the money now. You're making it in a week. You're making it in a month. You're making it this year. Investing is for legacy building. This is what you let it grow for years and years and years, and you let it compound and you let it grow and you leave it alone. That's why your 401k is where it's at. That's why your managed Roth IRA or your managed IRA is the way that it is, because you're leaving it alone. All right. So that's investing. All right. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Trading is a whole nother story, but you don't need to be an expert, right? Super easy. You just got to know what to buy, right? Look for the red flags, look for the green flags, look for the yellow flags. If it's got all green flags, well, there you go. If it's got all red flags, throw it away, stay away from it, right? It's that easy. But we're obviously you have to learn how to do that. But once you learn how to do it, it's done. You just keep buying that thing over and over. That's it. All right. Well, that's one strategy. I won't give investment advice. Okay, let's keep going. So I have here in my notes story time about my mistakes around investing. Okay, so according to my notes, it's story time. All right, so I'll tell you the story. When I first started investing, I started with $2,000 and I was trading options. I grew that $2,000 to 10K within like 2 or 3 weeks. I thought I was gonna be rich. I was like, yeah, let's go. I'm gonna be rich. And I told my mom, I told all my family, I was like, I'm gonna grow my account to millions and then I'm gonna start investing for you. You couldn't stop me, okay? And then Netflix comes around, right? I did a call on Netflix. I will never forget that. I did a call on Netflix thinking that Netflix was gonna go up, okay? Yeah, Netflix just plunged, and my call, my $10,000 just gone. I'm laughing now, but I was crying. Okay, I was crying. All right, and so that happened a couple of times. Right, I would start and stop. Blow account after account after account after account. And then I was like, you know what? I don't know what I'm doing. I need help. Okay. And so I went and I got help. And something clicked for me where someone was talking about long-term investing and how they didn't have to choose and how they just have their long-term investing working in the background and then they trade to make extra money. And I said, oh, well, why didn't I do that in the first place? So I started with 50 bucks because I didn't believe that I could be consistent enough. And so I said, I'm not going to overcommit. Let me just do 50 bucks. You guys, 5 months later, I checked my account and my account was almost at 2K. Okay. From 50 bucks a week. Now, I will tell you that I did add like 100 here, 100 there if I had extra money or whatever. And I was like, wait a minute. This money, not only did I make this money, but it stayed. That's what clicked for me. The money stayed because when it came to trading, I would make money and then lose it. I would make money and lose it, make money and lose it. But then this money stayed. It stayed. It stayed in the account. That felt so good. And so I was like, okay, let me up it to $100 a week. Next thing I know, I was putting thousands of dollars in there. Okay. And so all of that to say is I made all the mistakes. I tried to chase the fast money. I made all the mistakes in the world. And I can't wait to teach you how to do it the right way so that you don't have your learning curve doesn't need to be as long as mine. There's no reason why your learning curve needs to be as long as anybody that you learn from. That's why you learn from us. It wasn't until I got help that I started seeing results. So, you can learn the long way. You can learn all on your own and do this for years and years and years, and lose out on money and lose out on more money. Or you could just learn from somebody. Now, it doesn't have to be me. Okay. Of course, I would love for it to be me. I'm here talking to you. Okay. But it doesn't have to be me. All right. Just go get help. Okay. Whatever that looks like. All right. Going back. I'm still trying to multitask. Okay. So next on my notes, I have how to invest the smart. Yeah, I think my story kind of went over it. Okay, I think I over prepared with my notes there. My story kind of went over it. Okay, so and that the next in my notes is to talk about the blueprint. Okay, I'm still trying to multitask. Bear with me. I'm still trying to multitask. Okay, here's the link. My notes is to talk. Oh, that's loud. All right. All right. I just posted the link, guys. Go ahead and secure your spot. I'm only taking a few people. All right. I think I have maybe 5 or 6 spots left. All right. So go ahead and secure your spot and let's have some fun. So let's talk about the investing blueprint, okay, that I'm going to be teaching. And it's based on my journey. All right. First, we start with the mindset. This right here is where it all begins. Okay. We start with the mindset. We help you understand what type of mindset is going to help you build sustainable wealth, not wealth overnight, not wealth that's going to make you 25K next month and then you're broke 3 months later, not wealth that's going to make you 50K one time and you never make it again. No, that's not the type of wealth that I'm talking about. I'm talking about consistent, sustainable wealth that lasts, that sticks around. Money that sticks around. Hello? Can I get that in the chat? Money that sticks around. Money that stays there. Ooh, that's my favorite type of money. Okay? Money that sticks around. We're going to talk about that mindset. Then we're going to get into money management. How you do one thing is how you do everything. There's a reason why lottery winners go broke within 18 months. There's a reason why those, those who make money really, really fast, they go broke by the time that they're retired, right? Is because the money management is not there. Okay. Then we're going to get into proper savings, right? Where should I be saving? How much should I be saving? How do I know that I'm ready for investing? Okay. And then we're going to go into the basics of investing and we're going to use AI to do it. Okay. We're going to use AI because the first time that I taught the class, AI was not a thing. Okay. It was a thing, but it wasn't a thing. And so we're going to actually use AI to simplify your investments, to help you understand your investments. All right. And then we're going to teach you what type of accounts are out there. All right. You can always talk to a financial advisor afterwards, and I'll teach you how to find a financial advisor for free. Okay. So you can talk to a financial advisor and have them advise you exactly what account to open, but at least you'll be able to understand. This is why I work with wealth managers. Okay. I work with financial advisors. I work with hedge fund managers. I educate their clients because when their clients are educated, they make sound decisions. They make decisions based on education, not emotions. Okay. All right. And so we're going to teach you what type of accounts are out there. And then we're going to teach you how to analyze your investments. How do I know to stay away from this investment? How do I know this is not a one hit wonder? How do I know that this investment is not going to make me money for the first 2 years and then go bankrupt in 5 years, right? There are certain parameters that you want to look for. And these parameters are the same parameters that hedge fund managers use. Okay. And so I'm going to teach you how to do that. Why? Because I was trained by the same people who trains hedge fund managers and I work with them. Okay. And so, no, it's not secret. I'm not even going to call it insider secret or trade secrets. It's not secret, guys. It's just not well known in our community. It's just not brought to this collective that is here, that is watching this. It's just not brought to us, but it is not a secret. I'm not teaching you any secrets. Okay. I'm just teaching you what should have been taught to you a long time ago. Okay. All right, everyone. That's it for today. Any questions, comments, observations? Thank you, everyone who made it. It's been 3 months. Actually, it's been longer than that since I've been live. It took me a little while to get into the groove of things here, but I'm going to gain it back. Okay. I'm going to gain it back. All right, guys. So I'll see you tomorrow. I'm going to go live again because I want to regain my momentum. And then I'll see you guys on Wednesday for the workshop. Okay. All right. Any questions, comments, observations? Tell me your biggest takeaways in the comments. Tell me your biggest takeaways. I'd love to hear it. All right, let's see. Oh, let me not do that. You know, when I do that, YouTube flags it as a copyright because I say, you know, it flags it. Like, really? I'm not even a singer. Anyways, okay, I don't see any questions. I'll see you guys later. All right, bye.